Hello everyone, this is PED 6101 or Physical Fitness and I am Miss Angel Melegrito. So ngayong araw ay didiscuss naman natin ang tungkol sa physical fitness test. So under ng lesson natin, ito yung ilan sa mga matatakal natin ngayong oras na ito. Yan. So if you're familiar with the previous lesson na na-discuss natin, which is the health-related fitness component, so makikita nyo dito yung mga terms like or mga pangalan or mga title no ng mga fitness component na na-discuss natin before, like body composition, CV endurance, flexibility, muscular endurance, and muscular strength. But we're not going to define ulit yung mga yan dahil natapos na natin yan sa last topic natin. And I need to clarify na magkaiba ang fitness component at fitness test. So itong mga like body composition, CV endurance, flexibility, and muscular endurance and strength, yun yung tinatawag natin na fitness component. Okay? Pero ang fitness test ay itong mga test na ginagawa natin para malaman natin kung kamusta ba yung level of fitness natin. So example natin dyan, itong 3-minute step test, which is madidiscuss natin later on. Nakakatulong to para malaman kung kamusta yung level of ng endurance natin. So ginagawa natin itong mga test na to para malaman natin kung kamusta ba yung current level fitness natin. Okay? So let's start, and first of course, i-define muna natin what is physical fitness test. So physical fitness tests are activities you can use to determine your current level of fitness. So nabanggit ko na nga kanina, no, na ginagawa natin itong mga test na to at ini-interpret natin based dun sa result ng test na ginawa natin kung kamusta ang level of fitness natin. Kumbaga, pag nagtitake ka ng exam, no, kailangan mong sagutan yon at syempre para malaman kung kamusta ba yung knowledge or understanding natin dun sa exam na yon, hihintayin mo yung result. At base dun sa result na yun, i-interpret natin ngayon kung kamusta ba yung understanding natin dun sa bagay na nireview natin or sa subject natin. So, ganun din sa physical fitness. Meron din tayong mga test na tinitake para malaman kung kamusta ba yung fitness or physical fitness ng isang tao. Okay? So, may intindihan pa natin yan syempre kapag natapos natin yung lesson natin ngayon. Okay? Simulan natin sa first no, na component. Ayan. Kung naalala nyo pa yung body composition. So, sa body composition ngayon, para malaman natin no, yung level of fitness natin dito, ay mailan tayong madidiscuss na mga test na gagawin natin, i-interpret natin, para malaman kung kamusta ba yung body composition natin. So the test that you will do for this component will determine this through the height, weight, body mass index, and waist-hip ratio test. Ayan. So, of course, kakailanganin natin yung height. So height refers to the total measurement of the length of your body from head down to your feet. The units of measure used in determining your height could be in feet and inches or in centimeters. So, syempre, alam naman na natin lahat kung anong ibig sabihin ng height. At ang of course, ang nakakalito lang naman dito ay yung conversion. Kasi minsan or madalas, gumagamit tayo ng iba't ibang mga conversion kapag kumukuha tayo ng height. So we need to be specific kung ano nga ba yung measurement na gagamitin natin or unit of measurement na gagamitin natin. Pero sa panahon natin ngayon, madali na lang mag-convert. So you can learn to convert. There are different ways, pwedeng manual, or pwede nyo din try mag-search ng chart, katulad nito. Ayan, na automatically na nakalagay na ang mga, of course, specific no, na conversion na kailangan natin. So, this example of chart or kumbaga guide ay pwede natin magamit if you're going to convert feet and inches to meters or vice versa. For example, ang nakuha mong data or ang height natin ay let's say 5'4". So, if you're going to convert that into meter, ang makukuha natin ay 1.63. So, mas madali na ngayong mag-convert. So, you can actually search this and internet, of course, o maging maingat na lang tayo and tingnan natin kung talaga bang reliable at tama yung conversion. But this is really helpful para mas madali natin makuha yung conversion. Dahil gagamitin natin yan later sa ating interpretation for our body composition. Ayan. Ngayon, kakailanganin din natin ng weight. So, weight refers to the total measurement of how heavy or light you are in relation to the pull of gravity. Weight uses the unit of measure of either pounds or kilograms. So, kung nakuha mo na natin yung example, yung height natin, so take note of that. Ngayon naman, kakailanganin natin ng weight. So, ang weight natin ay nagkakaiba-iba din. It depends on, of course, yung conversion natin. No, if you're using pounds, no, or if you're going to use kilogram. So you may need to be specific kung ano yung kailangan natin gamitin. So after nyan, let's say we're going to use kilograms. Okay, now let's talk about body mass index or BMI. So the body mass index or BMI is a measurement of your body's fat based on your height and your current weight. This test is particularly designed to help you determine your tendencies to acquire possible health-related diseases like heart diseases, stroke, cancer, all based from a nationally accepted standard. So I'm guessing you're already familiar with BMI if in case na-discuss na to sa mga previous lesson nyo before, no? At maganda na mas maintindihan natin siya ngayon kung anong importance ng BMI. So BMI, according to this definition, ay measurement ito using yung data na nakuha natin like height and weight. And with that data, meron tayong formula na ginagawa at ini-interpret natin yon para malaman kung kamusta ba ano yung measurement ng body fat na meron tayo or body composition natin. So nakakatulong tong BMI na to para malaman natin kung tayo ba ay prone or tayo ba ay at risk sa mga health-related diseases like heart disease, stroke, at cancer. So, hindi lang siya kumbaga isang simpleng test lang na kumbaga tinitinan lang yung proportion or yung body composition natin. Nakakatulong din to para malaman natin kung tayo ba ay at risk sa mga sakit na pwedeng ma-acquire natin because of our body fat. So, later on, we're going to interpret yung result natin. Okay? Pero I hope that clear na sa atin yung meaning ng BMI. Napakahalaga nito para malaman natin if tayo ba ay prone or vulnerable or at risk tayo sa mga sakit na to. And which is something na, syempre, ayaw naman nating mangyari sa atin. So, of course, magkaka-idea tayo ngayon if this is something that we need to improve ba o i-maintain na lang natin. Okay? So, this is BMI. And then, this is the formula for BMI. No? Just simply divide the data na nakuha natin. So, yung weight and divide it by height. And of course, multiply yung ating height dyan before we divide. Ayan. So, simple formula, right? Ayan. So, let's use this formula or this example para mas maintindihan natin kung paano ba kukunin yung BMI. So, sabihin natin na meron tayong given. No? For example, kayo, ito yung naging nakuha nating data. Yung weight ay 52 kilograms. Yung height ay 1.57 meter. So, let's follow the step. Step 1, recall the formula for computing BMI. Ayan. So let's say nalagay mo na yung formula. Step 2, place mo na yung value ng mga data na nakuha natin or yung mga numbers na nakuha natin, which is 52 kilogram and 1.57. So remember, before you divide, you need to multiply muna yung nasa baba. Now, 1.57, multiply it by 1.57. So the answer is 2.48. Now, ayan, na after mo compute yan, the result will be, of course, pag na-compute na natin 2.48, that's the time that we will divide this. Okay, so kapag na-divide mo na yan, the answer would be 20.96, ayan, and 77,419. So, of course, we're not going to take that whole number. We're going to always get the two values after the decimal point and round off that value of your final answer. Kaya lalabas ngayon itong result na ito, which is 20.97 ang final result. So let's say yan na yung nakuha natin. Ngayon, hindi pa clear kung kamusta ba ang level of fitness natin or yung BMI result natin. Dahil numbers lang ang nakuha natin, we don't know if we are healthy or not. Or may kailangan ba tayong i-improve? So doon papasok ngayon yung standard na ginagamit natin for BMI. So using this standard, let's interpret, let's check the result. Yung nakuha natin ay 20.97. So saan kaya siya magpo-fall na range dito or category? So this is 30 or greater. This is 20.25 to 29.9, 18.5, and then below 18.5. Ayan. So nakuha natin ay 20.97, right? So dito magpo-fall siya sa healthy weight, right? Kasi 20.97 papasok siya sa range ng 18.5 to 24.9. So ibig sabihin, yung nakuhanan na natin ng data dito na 20.97, siya ay healthy. Okay, napakasimple, di ba? Ngayon, mag-move naman tayo sa next, no? Tapos na tayo sa BMI. Ganun lang siya kasimple. Just get the data, weight and height, and just follow the formula and you will get the result and just use the standard to get the final result, okay? Or interpretation ng ano natin, ng nakuha nating solution or nakuha nating data. So because, and based on that, malalaman mo ngayon kung anong category na tayo. If we are healthy or saan bang category tayo mag-fall. Now, another measurement, it's just like BMI din, tinatawag natin ito na waist-hip ratio. This test is designed to measure the ratio of the circumference of your hip and your waist. Like the body mass index, this test is also taken to determine whether you are at high risk for diseases that are associated with fat and weight. So kanina, sa BMI, kinukuha naman natin yung dalawang data like weight and height. Dito naman ang kukunin natin ay yung hip and yung waist natin. So we're just going to take the data and we're going to follow a computation or formula para makuha natin yung result. At katulad din ng BMI, nakakatulong tong test na ito or measurement na to para malaman natin kung tayo ba ay at risk din sa mga sakit, no? Diseases that are associated with fat and weight. So let's follow yung yung formula. But before that, we need to get the data na kailangan natin. So syempre, makukuha mo lang yung data na yun if you're going to take, in-measure natin yung mga kailangan natin. No? So we need yung measurement ng waist natin. Ayan. And then yung measurement din ng hip natin. So just take the measurement at kapag okay na, ay yun yung gagamitin natin for our computation or solution. So let's use this formula or let's follow this step. So sabihin natin na meron tayong in-invite si Jane, no? At kinuhanan natin siya ng measurement. At ang nakuha natin ay yung kanyang measurement o yung kanyang waist measurement ay 27 cm at ang kanyang hip measurement ay 38 naman. So let's follow this formula or step. So lalagay mo lang dito 27 since waist ang nasa taas and then hip, no? 27 cm divided by 38. So ganun lang, no? Just simply divide. So after you divide, you will get now the result of 0.71. So yan na ngayon yung final na result natin. Pero hindi pa natin na-interpret. So we need to interpret using the standard now kung ano ba yung magpo-fall ngayon na category si Jane based dun sa result natin. So let's check the standard. We have the waist-hip ratio standard. So we need to be careful here kasi magkaibang standard ng men at women. So ulit, ang nakuha natin kay Jane ay 0.71. So saan kaya siya magpo-fall? Dito ay 0.85 above? No. 0.80 to 0.84? Hindi din. How about below 0.79? Pasok, right? So it means that nasa low risk ngayon si Jane. Ano ibig sabihin ng low risk? So positive ba to or maganda ba tong result? Actually, this is a good result. It means that si Jane ay mababa ang chance, no, na magkasakit or mag-prone at risk si Jane sa mga health-related diseases when it comes to fat. Ayan. So, healthy ngayon si Jane based on sa result natin. Okay? So, ganun lang kasimple kumuha, no, ng result at mag-interpret ng result. And that is, this is what we call waist-hip ratio measurement. Ayan. So, that is body composition. It's important to know, no, para malaman natin if we are really healthy based on the result and interpretation. Now, the next fitness test or fitness component na meron tayo dito ay tinatawag natin na cardiovascular endurance. Now, for this test, no, ang fitness test na gagawin naman natin or aaralin natin or titingnan natin ay yung tinatawag natin na 3-minute step test. No? The 3-minute step test is designed to specifically measure your overall CV endurance. It also measures how well your heart recovers after an exercise. Yan. So, itong fitness test na tinatawag natin 3-minute step test, nalalaman naman natin dito based on the interpretation kung kamusta naman yung level o yung strength ng cardiovascular endurance natin. If this is something that we need to improve. Okay? So, una-una, of course, before we start the doing the activities, no, or yung test, kailangan muna natin mag-heart check. Ayan. So, get your heart rate before the exercise. So, we have a guide here para maka-follow tayo. Gusto nyo itry, no? let's just follow the step. Using your middle and index finger, feel your heartbeat from the carotid artery. Ayan. So let's just follow the example na ginagawa dito sa image na meron tayo. Count the number of thud sounds or pulsing motion your heart is doing within that area. Next, use a stopwatch or regular watch and count your heartbeat for a full minute. Ayun. And important reminder, do not use your thumb in getting your heart rate. The thumb has its own beating pulse, which will definitely make your heart rate results inaccurate. So we need to get, of course, we need to be careful. No? Ang gagamitin lang natin dito ay middle and index finger dahil wala silang pulse. So after nun, na nabilang mo na, let's say 1 minute, ilan ngayon yung heartbeat or pulse na nabilang natin. So take note of that para alam natin kung ano yung normal na heartbeat natin. So let's use that, yung data na nakuha natin, and interpret using this, of course, measurement. By the way, ang ginagamit nating unit of measure sa heartbeat natin, na heart rate ay beats per minute or tinatawag natin na BPM. So kung ang nakuha natin ay 60, no, above, ayan, ay below, no, where your heart rate is 60 below, so tayo ay nasa below normal zone. This is still normal, no, na result. Kapag ang nakuha naman nating result ay 60 to 100 BPM ang range niya, tayo naman ay nasa normal zone. Pero pag nakuha mo naman, based dun sa pagbibilang mo after 1 minute ay nasa 100 plus or above, tayo naman ay nasa high zone. So ito na yung medyo iniiwasan natin, okay? Na medyo mabilis yung heartbeat natin. Maybe there's a lot of reason. No? So at least ngayon aware na tayo para malaman na kung alin, no? Kung saan magpo-fall ngayon yung heart rate natin. Ayan. So take note of that. Ganito natin tinitingnan yung measurement ng heart rate natin. So before we start, it's good to ma-clarify yan, no? And next is, of course, let's proceed naman sa 3-minute step test. So let's use this image para maging guide natin kung paano ba ginagawa yung 3-minute step test. So as you can see, you have, of course, we need to prepare yung material natin. We have this what we call step box. And then of course, just prepare a stopwatch or your phone, no, or regular watch para sa timer natin. So we need 3 minutes dyan para tapusin tong exercise na to or test na ito. So if hindi available yung step box, you can use actually other materials in your house, no, or kung saan man tayo available, pwedeng stairs, ganyan, or chair, at least hindi masyadong maggalaw or safe naman tayo. And at the same time, nasa 12 inches yung height niya. So pwede natin gamitin yun as an alternate. Okay, so let's follow this. No, meron tayong pina-follow dito na guide, no? Ito yung tinatawag natin na up, up, down, down. Okay, so just always step with your right foot, no? Up, up, as you can see, naka-up na siya, and then down, down. So yun yung ginagamit natin na, kumbaga, rhythm, no? Para mas ma-follow natin yung time. And at the same time, meron tayong beat na pina-follow din. Mas madali natin siya magagawa. So just continue doing that, up, up, down, down, no? Hanggang matapos yung 3-minute step test. And after that, do not forget to also check your heart rate after you finish the 3-minute step test. Okay, so ngayon, sabihin natin tapos ka na mag 3-minute step test at nakuha mo na yung result. So with that result, we will interpret that using this heart rate range. Ayan. So meron tayong example dito para mas maintindihan natin. Example, John is 20 years old and after performing the 3-minute step test, his heart rate after exercise is 82 BPM. So after nung 3-minute step test, nakuha na niya ngayon ay 82 BPM. No? So let's use the chart. Ayan. So dito sa chart, we need to be careful because there are different ages dyan. And nakaspecify naman kung ilang taon si John. So it means that dito magpo-fall ngayon yung age ni John, which is 18 to 25. Tama ba? Ayan. So ngayon, hahanapin lang natin kung saan magpo-fall ngayon yung 82. So, wala naman dito kasi 100 above yan, 95, 88, 84, or 79 to 84. Pasok ba? Yes. So, ibig sabihin, nasa good condition ngayon yung heart rate ni John. No? Ibig sabihin, when it comes to CV endurance, healthy yung kanya or nasa good status yung kanyang CV endurance. If he wants to improve this, pwede pa niyang ma-improve para at least mag-fall sa excellent. But overall, healthy or maganda yung result na nakuha natin kay John. Okay? Napakasimple, di ba? So that is how we take or follow Yung ginagawa natin na 3-minute step test. Now, the next is third, which is what we call flexibility naman, the next fitness component. Ngayon, sa flexibility, ang fitness test naman na gagawin natin dito or pag-aaralan natin, yung tinatawag natin na sit and reach test. So the sit and reach test is a test used to measure the flexibility of your trunk, hips, and legs. Ayan. So let's see. Before, we need to prepare materials, no? Unlike other exercise or test na ginagawa natin, ito namang sit and reach test ay kailangan natin ng right, no, na gagamitin or mga materials before we start. Example, kailangan natin ng yardstick or meter stick. Kung hindi available to, pwede tayong gumamit ng tape measure, no, or itong another way of measurement kung available to sa atin. Pwede din tayong gumamit ng math para maging comfortable yung place natin na pag pakandakan ng ating activity or test. And of course, we also need a partner. So yung partner natin yung magsiserve na guide natin, no? At titingin ng result natin. Kasi kapag tayo lang, mahihirapan tayong kunin yung result natin. So you can ask someone to help you and help na tingnan yung result natin. Okay? So kapag ready na yan, na-settle na, nalagay mo na, then you can now proceed to the test. Ayan. So for the test, let's use this example, no? So yun, let's say, nakita natin ngayon, naka-assemble na yung kanyang mga materials. Like this one, yung mat, and then yung meter stick yung ginamit niya. So kapag yards or measurement type yung gagamitin natin or measuring tape yung gagamitin natin, we just need to be careful. Kailangan na idikit yun sa floor kasi baka magalaw siya. But if you're using meter stick, hindi naman masyadong problema yun kasi hindi naman malilipat or maiiba yung measurement. So we just need to be careful, no? Ayusin muna natin yung mga materials na kakailanganin natin para kapag nag-start na tayo ng test ay hindi na tayo mahihirapan. So with this one, sabihin natin naka-start ka na, no? As you can see, ayan, nandun yung paa niya and you need to really, dapat naka-flat lang talaga yung legs natin, hindi siya naka-bend. And then if you're going to start, just raise your, no, both of your arms doing this position. And then before you drop or go down, inhale. Take a deep breath, no? Inhale, and then once na nag-down ka na, ay gagawin mo na ito, exhale. So kapag nagawa mo yan, yung partner mo ngayon yung titingnan ng result natin dyan. Okay, so ita-take note na yung result mo at gagawin mo to ng 3 beses. Okay? Inhale ulit and then down, exhale, and then kukunin niya ulit yung pangalawa at ganoon din sa pangatlo. Yan. So after the sit and reach test, so we have also another standard. So remember, 3 yung nakuha nating result, no? Ngayon, let's use this example. George performed the sit and reach test and he scored the following numbers in 3 consecutive attempts. Sa unang attempt niya or trial niya, nakakuha siya ng 14 cm. Sa second trial niya, nakakuha siya ng 17 cm. Sa third trial niya, nakakuha naman siya ng 15 cm. So dito, since 3 yung nakuha natin result, hindi natin pwedeng gamitin yung tatlong to, no? Kukuha lang tayo ng isa dito. At itong rules natin, every time na mag-sit and reach tayo, even though 3 yung kinuha natin, laging yung pinakamataas na score yung ating kukunin for interpretation. Which is, in this case, 17 cm yung pinakamataas na kanyang result. So it means ito yung gagamitin natin for interpretation. Now, based on this data, what range in the flexibility zone does this record fit in? So let's interpret yung result ni George, no, using the standard or sit and reach standard. Let's look for 17 centimeter, of course, kung fall siya sa male. Ayan. So siya ba ay nasa below 9? Low zone? No. How about marginal zone? Hindi din. 35-15, good fitness zone? Hindi din. How about 16 plus or 16 above? Yes. So, ibig sabihin, si George ay ang classification niya fall siya sa high performance. It means that si George ay flexible. No? And this is something na pwede pa niyang, of course, i-maintain na lang niya or kung gusto pa niya improve, pwede pa rin naman. Okay? So, maganda yung result ni George dahil siya ay high performance when it comes to flexibility. So, that's how we take or that's how we do sit and reach test and how to interpret it. Ayan. Now, the last part is we have the muscular endurance and muscular strength. So we have 2 kinds of tests here. We have push-up test and we have crunch test. Ayan. For push-up test, this test is designed to measure your upper body strength and endurance. When your upper body is strong, you are well able to perform push and pull movements in your everyday task. So dito naman sa push-up test, tinetest naman dito yung ating upper body strength. No? So under ng push-up test, meron tayong dalawang categories or type ng push-up. Meron tayong military push-up, which is yun yung gagawin ng mga males. At meron tayong modified push-up naman for female. Ayan. So, the first, no, yung common, I think this is the traditional and na push-up na ginagawa natin, which is the military push-up for males. Ayan. As you can see, ganito yung proper na paggawa ng military push-up. You're not bending your knee. At the same time, kapag tinaas mo yung kamay mo, fully extended yung kamay natin. No? Kapag nilower down mo ngayon to, halos nagta-touch yung chest natin sa floor. That is the correct way of doing push-up. And of course, we are touching properly yung feet natin sa ground. Ayan. So this is what we call military push-up. Now, kapag after mag-push up, let's say you're done with doing push-up, counting no, kung ilan yung nakaya mong push-up, so we will now interpret the result using these standards. So this is standard for male. Okay? Let's say, itong example natin si Fred. Si Fred ay 21 years old and he was able to perform 18 repetitions of military push-up. Ayan. Ngayon, since 18 yung nagawa niya, saan kaya siya magpo-fall ngayon dito? Siya ay 21 years old. It means, dito siya ngayon sa range 20 to 29. Tama ba? So, ngayon, dito sa range na ito, hahanapin natin yung 18 repetition or 18 na number. So, siya ba ay 4? Below 4? Hindi naman. 4? 4 to 9? Hindi din. 10 to 16? Hindi din. How about 17 to 29? So, 18 siya, ibig sabihin, part siya dito, no, or nasa range siya ng 17 to 29, which is nasa average yung kanyang result. No? Itong result ni Fred, masasabi natin na okay na, kumbaga hindi naman siya nag-fall sa below average or poor, pero if you're going to advise Fred, mas better na improve pa niya to, no, yung kanyang upper body strength. So, pwede pa naman yung ma-improve to para at least maging stronger yung kanyang upper body. By doing, of course, strengthening yung kanyang muscles, no? Or yung muscular endurance and muscular strength niya. So, pwede pa niyang ma-improve yan. Of course, maganda na mas ma-improve pa niya to para mas maging stronger pa yung kanyang upper body. Pero that's how we interpret, no? And that is military push-up. So, paano naman kapag modified push-up? So, ito yung pinagkaiba ng modified. As you can see, no, instead of yung feet natin yung nakatouch sa floor, it is our knee. Ayan. And then, the same thing, no, parang same pa rin yung upper body natin. You're doing to extend your arms and then pag lower down mo siya, magiging ganito yung itsura niya. And then, ulitin mo ulit. So, for many times, kung ilan yung magagawa mo, count that. And we will interpret that. So, ganito yung ginagawa natin for modified push-up. Now, to interpret the result, ayan, we have also another standard for female. And we have an example here, si Andrea. So Andrea is 18 years old and she was able to perform 28 repetitions of modified push-up. Okay, take note, 28 na yung nagawa niya. So siya ay 18. So we need to be careful dahil meron na naman tayong age dito. So we need to look for 18. That means that dito magpo-fall ngayon yung result ni Andrea, 17 to 19. At dun sa result niya, nakita natin, magpo-fall siya ngayon sa, ayun, 27 to 34, which is good. Sa result ni Andrea, maganda yung result niya dahil nasa good, no, na classification yung kanyang result. So, pwede pa niya itong ma-improve if she will strengthen yung kanyang upper body. But overall, maganda yung kanyang nakuhang result. Okay? So, that is modified push-up, no? And that's important to know para ma-strengthen yung ating upper body. Kung kamusta ba yung upper body strength natin, yung endurance or muscular endurance natin at muscular strength. Now, another test is what we call crunch test. So the crunch test is particularly designed to measure the endurance of your abdominal muscles. This makes you relatively aware of how good your center of gravity is and how well you can balance your body while at rest or while in motion. So, tinitingnan naman natin dito yung core muscles natin. Kanina, no, yung push-up is testing or tinitingnan natin yung strength or yung upper body strength natin. Dito naman ay nakafocus tayo sa core muscles natin or abdominal muscles. So, Ayan. So this is how we, of course, do crunch test. Ayan. Heads up lang, no? We need to remember na iba-iba yung position ng kamay natin when it comes to crunch test. You can actually do this. This is a more traditional way of doing crunch test. Meron din namang crunch test na nakalagay sa chest, naka-cross yung arm natin. Meron din namang crunch test na nakahawak tayo sa likod ng head natin. But anyway, same lang sila. No? Ang purpose dyan is to curve, no? Yung ginagawa nitong example natin. Ayan. So tinatwist mo ngayon yung core mo, no, yung part ng core natin dito. So this is what we call crunch test. So you're lying here, you're going to raise your upper body, but not totally raise it, no? Slight lang, hanggang sa ma-squeeze yung ating abdominal muscles dito. So try doing this and then count, no, kung ilan yung magagawa nating crunch test. And the result, yun yung i-interpret natin. Ayan. So let's move. Let's use the standard for crunch test. Ayan. We have another example, si Eric. Eric falls under the age group of below 35, and he was able to perform 62 repetitions. Ayan, let's use the standard, interpret the data. Si Eric ay below 35, it means that dito siya. Tama ba? Below 35, and then ang result daw niya ay 62. Naka-62 siya na crunch. So 62 is... Okay, this is above. It says here that this is 60 above, which means na pasok yung result ni Eric. Kaya masasabi natin ngayon, ang rating niya or ang classification niya ay nasa excellent. Means that napakaganda ng result na nakuha ni Eric. No? Okay yung kanya, strong yung kanyang abdominal or core muscles. So, ganoon lang tayo nag-i-interpret. No? Napakasimple. Just try doing the test and then count, no, kung ilan yung nakuha nating numbers or data, and then interpret that using the standard na meron tayo. Okay. So, ganoon natin kinukuha yung mga fitness test natin, or ganoon natin ini-interpret yung mga result natin from the fitness test. Take note, it's important to get the data and of course, properly interpret the result. Kapag wala tayong interpretation, hindi natin malalaman kung ano yung level ng fitness natin, kumbaga, no? So, for example, dito sa BMI, no, kung ano yung result mo, malalaman mo if this is something that you need to improve. Kailangan ba natin improve yung body composition natin? Kailangan ba natin mag-gain ng weight or mag-lose ng weight? So, malalaman mo lang yon based on the result na nakuha natin. Okay? Ganon din sa CV endurance. After mo mag 3-minute step test, kamusta ba yung heart rate natin? Kung mababa yung result, of course, that is something you need to improve. Kapag maganda naman yung result, it means that you just need to maintain yung level of fitness natin. So, using this fitness test, nakakatulong to para magkaroon tayo ng idea kung ano ba talaga yung mga kailangan natin i-prioritize. Lahat ng mga fitness component na ito ay mahalaga. Hindi natin sinasabi na isa lang yung mahalaga dyan or meron mas mahalaga or mas may importante kaysa dun sa isa. Lahat sila ay importante at lahat sila kailangan nating ma-improve. Pero we need to remember na hindi natin sila kayang sabay-sabay na improve. That's the reason why we are doing fitness test para alam natin kung ano yung kailangan natin unahin. So let's say based on this component, nalaman mo na ang pinaka mahina pala sa atin ay flexibility, then it means that you need to give more effort sa flexibility natin. Ito yung uunahin natin ngayong improve. But let's say hindi naman flexibility yung may pinakamahina sa atin. Nalaman mo ngayon na muscular endurance pala or strength pala ang medyo hindi okay. No? Based on the result, hindi ganoon kaganda yung nakuha natin na result sa test na ginawa natin after natin mag-push up or after natin mag-crunch test. So it means that we need to improve our muscular endurance or strength. So that's the purpose of fitness test. Kumbaga parang sa exam na ginamit natin kayo as an analogy. After you take the exam and nakita mo yung result, malalaman mo ngayon kung kailangan mo bang i-review ulit, no? Or i-strengthen pa or mag-research pa regarding dun sa subject natin para matuto pa tayo if in case mababa yung nakuha nating result. So it's just like that here in fitness test. Ganun din, mahalaga na malaman natin kung ano yung kailangan natin i-prioritize. But keep in mind that every or all the components that we have here ay kailangan ma-improve at kailangan ma-maintain. Okay, so that's the end of our topic, which is physical fitness test. I hope that you learned a lot. And again, this is Angel Melegrito, and this is physical fitness.